Hey everybody, happy Saturday. Going to do a quick recap of this week's Tim Dillon Show, episode 448. If you haven't seen it, do yourself a favor, go check it out. Tim has delivered a masterclass of Redpilled ideology on an array of topics. Maybe my favorite episode of the podcast to this point. Excuse me, but gonna break it down, just a few of his points because they were excellent and I think they need to be heard by as many ears that will hear them. So here we go. So Tim started out the podcast this week talking about borders. I've done this video in the past. Borders, do they matter? Should we care about them? Should we defend them? Are they just fake lines on the ground? Obviously borders matter. They are what make a sovereign nation. Obviously we should defend them. Ask yourself, if you don't care about borders, why do you care about the Ukraine-Russia conflict? Why do you care about the Israel-Palestine conflict? And it'll be pretty tough to reach a conclusion other than borders matter. He then went into the fallacy about illegal immigration as a cheap labor force and the fact that Americans won't do certain jobs. And he said, you know what, I'll give you agriculture. There's certain jobs in food production and agriculture that Americans just won't do. But to say that Americans won't do, retail jobs or construction for American corporations is a total fallacy. The truth is, American corporations refuse to pay American workers American wages for a living wage, and they would rather bring in 1, 2, 10, whatever, undocumented workers, pay them next to nothing, and pass on the savings to their shareholders. Their job is to drive up value for their shareholders and create profit, not create jobs for American workers. And what does this mean for the American consumer? Do we at least get lowered prices? Well, food costs, record high. Material costs, record high. Housing costs, record high. So basically, the American consumer, the American taxpayer, gets nothing for this cheap labor force, and the American corporation, which is essentially a globalist corporation at this point, gets all the profits. The next thing Tim went into was Trump, the candidate, versus Trump, the president, the anti-war candidate versus the military parade having president. And yeah, I've made this video too. It's sad. It's the biggest rug pull of my lifetime. I thought we were actually going to get a president that would cut the defense budget and Doge would actually do something. They would go to DOD, they would go to the Pentagon, we would audit them, we would see where we're spending this money, we would get rid of all these black programs. But instead, we get a military parade, we bomb Yemen. We don't end the war between Ukraine and Russia in a day. It's only ramped up. We continue to support the genocide of the Palestinian population. And now we're, on the brink of war with Iran. And I think I said that last week. It's a sad, sad situation. And we're digitizing the deep state. Tim, he mentioned Palantir quickly and how we're propagandizing influencers now. We're using the new media like we did the old media, and we're just buying people to say, oh, the Palantir list will be great, digital ID will be great, CDCBs will be great. So, just a masterclass. The next thing he touched on, which was maybe my favorite, was the idea of propaganda, which kind of feeds off the propagandizing, the paying the influencers to propagandize their audiences into believing that all of this is for their benefit and not for the enrichment of a few billionaires. He compared the left and the right and how easy it is to rile them up into a war-like mindset, into a warmonger mindset. He's like, it's easy. The left is crazy and the right's stupid. With the left, all you have to do is drum up some social domestic issue playing out on a foreign theater. Think of Afghan women's rights. Think of all the things with Israel right now. And it's like, oh, well, they're killing gays. They're taking away women's rights. We have to go fight that. It's like, well, it's not our job to change their culture. We've been trying that method for, like, I don't know, since World War II. And guess what? They don't like our culture. We don't even try to save our culture here, so why the hell are we trying to perpetuate it onto someone else who doesn't want it? When then he brought up the lady, the Kamai something rather from the UK, who said, you know, Israel is fighting a proxy war with Hamas on the behalf of the UK. It's like, no, what the fuck? Are you kidding me? Iran is the reason the UK citizens' lives have diminished? Like, these fallacies are insane. I don't care what happens in Iran as long as they don't nuke another country, or as long as they don't threaten Americans. Just like I don't care what happens in Israel between them and the Palestinians. I don't want to continue to fund them killing children and babies. It's insane. So Tim's point was the crazy leftists and the Fox News Disney retard Republicans are some of the easiest people in the world to propagandize into a war. And I couldn't agree more. The conservatives are the fake tough guys who secretly crave security. Bring up terrorism, bring up an imminent attack, bring up death, bring up whatever, and they're the first to give up their freedoms. And like I said, talk about gays getting thrown off a building. The leftists, they'll eat right into it. So there were several more topics. I won't ruin them all for you, but I highly recommend go check out Tim Dillon, episode 448. Have a happy Saturday.